Hi everyone, thanks for watching this week's video. Okay, so this week I'm doing a grilled ribeye steak and I'm going to do it with a creamy Boursin cheese sauce. Then I'm going to top it off with some crispy onion rings. Okay, so I've got a nice ribeye steak here. So what you want to do is you want to take this out of the fridge a good 20 minutes before you cook it. It's important that you bring the steak up to room temperature before you cook it. It'll just help the steak cook more evenly. So I've just taken this out of the fridge. I'm going to put this to the side. Then we're going to crack on with our onion rings. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our onion rings. So I've got a red onion here. So I'm just going to thinly slice it. Then I'm going to put it in some milk. Then toss it in some flour, some seasoned flour. So this is just flour, salt and pepper. Then we're going to fry them. So just slice them nice and thinly though. So we're just going to fry these until they go nice and crispy. And that's your onion rings ready. We'll just put these to the side. Okay, so now we're just going to season up our steak. We'll season it up on both sides. A little bit of salt. Add some pepper. You be quite generous with the seasoning because you will actually lose some of the seasoning in the pan, so don't be too shy with it. And this is also quite a big piece of meat, so then I'm just going to rub in a little bit of oil, a bit of veg oil. Okay, now that's ready to cook. Okay, so we're about ready to go here. Got our steak all seasoned up, ready to go. We've got our pan on. I'm using a kind of cast iron pan today. If you don't have a cast iron pan, it's okay. I would recommend use a thick base pan because you want something that's going to really hold the heat and give it that kind of sear, that kind of colour on it. Okay, so I'm just going to seal the side of the steak first before we put it flat down. Be careful with your fingers. I'm going to give the steak about 2.5 minutes on each side. This should give us a nice medium rare. Okay, so once our steak's had about 2.5 minutes, we can now flip it over and give it 2.5 minutes on the other side now. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, if you please just hit that subscribe button below, just so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Okay, so once our steak's had 2.5 minutes on the other side, we can now take this out and let it rest for a few minutes. It's very important that you let your steak rest for a good few minutes after it's cooked. Otherwise, when you cut it, all the juices are just going to go everywhere. And so we'll just take that out now. Just put that to the side. Leave that to rest. I'm just going to cover it with a bit of tin foil just to keep it warm. And now we can get on to our sauce. Okay, so for the sauce, just get your pan on, get it nice and hot. And we're going to go in first with some butter. Just melt that down. And we'll also go in with, I've got one small shallot which I've just finely chopped, just in with that. I'm just going to sweat this down. Just sweat this down for about a minute. I'm just going to add a wee pinch of salt to this as well. Okay, so after about a minute, once the shallots have gone nice and soft, we're going to go in with some fresh chicken stock. So I've got some fresh chicken stock here, in with that. Just going to bring that to a boil. Okay, so we just want to reduce this chicken stock down by about half. Okay, so once the chicken stock is reduced down by about half, we're going to go in with some double cream. Splash of double cream. Okay, so once that comes to the boil, we can just turn the heat right down, and we can now go in with our Boursin cheese. I've got about 75 grams of Boursin cheese here, so we're just going to melt that in. Okay, and that's our sauce ready to go. So thanks everyone for watching this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give this recipe a go. If you are enjoying my videos and my recipes, if you could please just give me the thumbs up, and please just hit that subscribe button. It just means that you'll not miss out on any of my future videos, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.